The Charge of the Light Brigade by Lord Alfred Tennyson. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the Light Brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed out with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell rode the 600. Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering the gunners there, charging an army, while all the world wondered. Plunged into the battery smoke, right through the line they broke, Cossack and Russian, reeled from the sabre stroke. Shattered and sundered, then they rode back, but not the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of 600. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made! All the world wondered. Honor the charge they made, honor the Light Brigade, noble 600. The first element of this poem that I want to talk about is setting. Lord Alfred Tennyson mentions the setting twice in the first stanza. All in the valley of death rode the 600, end quote, that's line 3, and into the valley of death rode the 600, lines 7 through 8. The establishment of the setting, the valley of death, brings a depressing mood to the poem from the first stanza onward. Tennyson's repetition of the phrase valley of death 3 times in the first 2 stanzas not only emphasizes this depressing mood, but also foreshadows the depressing conclusion of the poem. The reader knows after reading the first stanza that the Light Brigade is on a suicide mission when they charge into the valley of death. A literary element that helps create this mood of anticipation is the random rhyme scheme. Tennyson doesn't use an overarching rhyme scheme in Charge of the Light Brigade. He'll often end 2 or 3 lines with words that rhyme, but he never establishes a definite pattern. The use of rhyming couplets and frequent use of multiple rhyming lines in a row makes the reader feel as if the poem is constantly rising to the deathly conclusion that he or she knows is coming. When I first read this poem, I thought that it created a situation of dramatic irony. The reader knows the soldiers are going to die, and they don't. But after I read it again, I realized that the soldiers do know that they are charging to their death. In lines 9 through 17, the second stanza, Tennyson outlines the soldiers knew that their leader was making a mistake by charging into the valley of death. He states, Forward the Light Brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Despite the fact that the soldier knew that someone had blundered, it's not his place to think or question his leader. The soldier's purpose is to follow his leader no matter the cost. There's but to do and die, even if he knows it means his own death. This shows a deeper meaning of the poem. Soldiers possess insane courage. They are willing to lay down their life at any point for the greater good. The last stanza reveals the poet's purpose as well as some deeper meanings of the poem. When can their glory fade? O wild charge they made. All the world wondered. Honor the charge they made. Honor the Light Brigade, noble 600. Tennyson's purpose for writing this poem was to make the memory of the Light Brigade live forever. He wanted to honor the men of the Light Brigade. Every person that reads this poem will be part of the tradition of remembering them. He wants to honor the sacrifice of the soldier, the man who lays down his life so the rest of us can live in peace. This poem has meaning to me because I have multiple family members who have served in the military. Like the members of the Light Brigade, they had to be prepared to sacrifice their own lives for the greater good of keeping this country safe, and I believe that the sacrifice that every soldier makes deserves to be honored. Fortunately, none of my family members has made the ultimate sacrifice like the members of the Light Brigade did, but they gave up the security of a happy life with their families back at home in order to serve this country. When I read this poem, I think of all the soldiers out fighting for this country and its safety, and the sacrifices they are prepared to make every day in order to protect everyone back at home.